See, till now we said that let us start with a function D on n cross n matrices with those three properties. What were the properties? First property was, if two rows are identical, then it is equal to 0. Second property, linearity in each of the row vectors. Third, determinant of identity is equal to 1, and we deduce all the consequences. But we did not show that there is a function with that properties, those three properties. Does there exist a function with those three properties? We assumed there exists one and deduced what are its further properties. We did not say there exists one, right. So, now the stage has come to say that there actually exists and there is only one such function. So, what we have done is, we assumed existence of a function called the determinant function with some properties, basic properties, and deduce some other properties. We did not say that such a function exists, right. So, existence we have to show in mathematics. We not only have to say that something exists and hence these are properties, we have to show these are the properties, that there exists one function and only one, then only you can say that all functions will have those properties, right. That means, for every matrix A, there is a unique concept of associating with it a determinant such that those three properties hold, right. So, that in fact is what you have been doing all along, expanding a matrix by rows or by columns. See, when you are given a n cross n matrix, you have used that fact that I can expand it by any row or by any column. That means what? See, when you try to expand, say let us say 3 by 3, let us say how do you expand 3 by 3, so that you understand what we are going to do. Here is a matrix, let us say 1 2 3 3 2 1 1 4 0. So, this is the matrix A. Expanding determinant of A, what we normally do is, let us say by first row. So, you look at the coefficient, that is 1 multiplied by minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1. Forget this row and forget this column. So, you write determinant of 2 1 4 0, right. Next one 2. So, plus 2 raised to power. So, the first row, second. So, 1 plus 2 into determinant of, sorry, so this is minus 1 raised to power that thing, okay, into determinant of that row is gone, that column is gone, it is 3 1 1 0, plus the next coefficient is 3 minus 1 raised to power first row third column. So, first row third column multiplied by that row is gone, that column is gone, it is 3 2 1 4, right. That is how. So, what you are doing is, computation of determinant expanding by first row, you are reducing the problem to determinant of 2 by 2. We started with 3 by 3 computing, you are reduced the problem to 2 by 2. How do you compute for 2 by 2? By the same method. So, it is an inductive process of computing. Same is the definition of determinant. So, let us formulate the definition of determinant. If the matrix is 1 by 1 induction, we want to define the notion of determinant of a n cross n matrix. So, how do you define? Define it for n equal to 1. So, for n equal to 1, what is the definition? It is only one scalar, right. So, it is that scalar itself as a determinant, no row, no, only one row, one column. So, all properties will be satisfied. Assume you have defined notion of determinant for n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrices. That means, for every n minus 1 cross n minus 1 matrix, you have the notion of determinant both those with those three properties. With those three properties, I want to define what is the notion of determinant for a n cross n matrix. So, that is defined by looking at what is called that what we wrote as removing that row, that column, that is called a minor, right, in your thing. So, we define what is the notion of a minor. So, j kth minor is, right, determinant of the sum matrix deleting jth row and the kth column, right, jth row, kth column, delete, you get a smaller matrix of the lower order, take determinant of that, that is called a minor. Okay. So, in terms of minors, this is what how we define determinant. Determinant of n cross n matrix is minus 1 to the power. So, this is expansion by the jth row, we are expanding it by the jth row. So, minus 1 to the power j plus the kth column, entry will be, coefficient will be a j k into the corresponding determinant of the minor, removing those row and column. Is it okay? So, this is a definition by expanding by jth row. So, there could be k definitions. If there are n rows, you can expand by any one of the rows. You can also expand it by any one of the columns by the similar thing, by deleting appropriately, right. So, this does not say there is only one definition. How many definitions are possible for determinant? There are k square definitions possible, right, and one has to prove a theorem that all of them have the same property and all are equal. Basically, that normalizing factor says that all have to be same. Okay. Okay. So, we will not prove that. So, this gives you existence, and one shows that defined this way there is only one concept of determinant, meaning what? That this definition of determinant, whichever row or column you take, has those three properties. So, it is slightly deep theorem, it has all those three properties and each one of them will give you the same value, right, they are all equivalent to each other. So, you can use any one of them as per your convenience, right. So, this is more useful, this definition is more useful, this definition is useful in computing the determinant. It is an inductive process, so you can feed it to a machine also to do the job, but this is also existence and uniqueness. While proving, if you use this definition and try to prove that, for example, the determinant of A inverse is 1 over determinant of A, you will have a hell of a time. First of all, how do you compute using this definition of determinant what is A inverse? At present, we do have no method of computing A inverse, and then proving for every matrix determinant of A inverse, if it is invertible, it will be 1 over that. This is of no use. There, the theoretical definition that these are the abstract properties, they were helpful. We were able to prove without much of problem, right. Okay. So, expansion by rows and columns, I think example you already know what is the example. So, and you can verify that by 2 by 2, whether you expand by any row, by any column, you will always get the same number. That essentially is not a magic, it is happening because of the property that expansion by rows or columns is a unique definition, it gives the same property. So, that is uniqueness. We will not prove this, we will assume that. So, definition of determinants by expanding by rows is column is a definition which gives a unique way of expressing determinant as a function on a matrix with those three properties. How do you prove determinant of A is equal to A transpose? You can say, okay, let us do, we have expanding by rows and columns is same, we try to expand by columns and rows and do something. But here is a very simple way of doing it, again by using our abstract definition. Let us say A is invertible, A invertible, not invertible, two possibilities, right. If A is not invertible, then determinant of A is 0. What is determinant of A transpose? Then one of the columns or rows, right, if a row is 0 in A, then column will be 0 in the reduced row equivalent form. So, similarly, so if A is invertible, it is a product of elementary matrices. Okay. So, determinant of A will be product of those elementary matrices, right. A is invertible means it is a product of elementary matrices, right. Is it okay? Now, only thing is to show that if elementary matrix is there and take its transpose, they have the same determinant. For a elementary matrix, you take elementary matrix and take its transpose, the two will have the same determinant. That is simple because a lot of zeros are coming, right. So, that we are leaving as exercise, note it down that if E j is any elementary matrix of any one of those types and you take its transpose, then they have the same determinant. Once that is guaranteed, what is A transpose? If A is this, A is E n into E n, what is A transpose? Transpose like inverts the things, right. So, if A is equal to this, then what is A transpose? It is E 1 transpose multiplied by E 2 transpose multiplied by E n transpose. So, what is determinant? They are all again elementary matrices. So, determinant is a product of the elementary and that is equal to this, that is determinant. So, the problem is reduced to elementary matrices again. Again and again we are using that the matrix, if it is invertible, it is a product of elementary matrices and determinant for elementary matrices have the product property. Determinant of product of elementary is equal to product of the corresponding elementary. And here we are using extra fact, which is exercise that if E is elementary, look at its transpose, its determinant is same as, right, it is same as determinant of the matrix. You can you can also use row expansion by row and column because we have assumed now uniqueness. Now, all those are useful, they are available now, right, expansion by row or by column. Okay. But again, important thing to note is to prove such a thing, if you try to expand a matrix by, such a matrix by rows or by columns and then try to do the computation, compute the inverse, expand that by rows and columns and show determinant of A is equal to A transpose, you will have a hell of a job of verifying that, right. As a theorem, abstract theorem, it is quite useful and neat to prove. So, as a consequence of that, now you can say that like you have been applying row operations, you can also apply now column operations to compute the determinants. They will not change because determinant of A is same as determinant of A transpose now. So, you can do that. So, invertibility we have already checked, if only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Now, here is something which will not prove everything here because they are messy to write. See, look at the transpose of the cofactors of a matrix. There is definition of what is called the adjoint of a matrix, right. So, what is the adjoint of a matrix? So, first of all, we looked at minors and then we look at the cofactors, right. So, look at the transpose of the cofactors, look at the cofactors that give you a matrix, look at the transpose of that is called the adjoint of the matrix A. And one proves the theorem, namely A multiplied by adjoint is same as adjoint of A multiplied with A and that is equal to, okay. Actually, one should write not here, this is determinant of A, that is scalar times identity. The product of the two matrices, namely if you look at the adjoint matrix, adjoint of the matrix multiplied with A, right, in the left or on the right, you get a scalar times identity matrix and the scalar is nothing but the determinant of the matrix. This theorem is not really straightforward to prove, okay. This lemma is written as a lemma, one has to do a bit of computation to see this, but so we will assume this fact, then this gives you what is A inverse if this is true, then what is A inverse? Determinant, right? You can divide by that. So, A inverse is 1 over determinant of A into adjoint of A, that you have been using earlier on. So, let us just these computations we have been doing, so we will not go into all aspects. Let us look at one example. You are given this matrix. Okay. So, how do you compute adjoint of this matrix? Look at the minors, right. So, this row, this column, okay, and this row, this column, expand by anywhere, these are minors, these are. So, let us not bother too much about the computations, verification of that. Basically, you compute the minors matrix, you compute the cofactors matrix, and then you compute what is adjoint, the transpose of that gives you this, right, and you multiply. And you multiply and see that it may come out equal to determinant of A times identity, or it may come out to be something else. Here it comes out to be equal to 0, that means the matrix is not invertible, right, you can't do anything. So, earlier result was for only for invertible matrices, because you can divide only when determinant, that identity is okay. A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into equal to determinant of I, determinant of A times I, that is okay, but you can divide only when A is invertible, that means determinant should not be equal to 0, right. It could come out to be equal to 0, determinant actually if A is not invertible, this product will come out to equal to 0, because in that case determinant of A is, what is determinant of A? If A is invertible, it is 0. So, A into adjoint of A will be equal to adjoint of A into A equal to 0 times identity, that means it should come out to be a matrix which is identically 0 for a matrix. So, this is one way of, but is a very hell of a tedious way of checking some matrix is not invertible. We have a simpler method of checking, reduce it to row echelon form and check whether it is invertible or not, right. And that also gives you a inverse, how to compute the inverse also quite easily by tracking what are the row operations they are doing. This is a complicated way of finding the inverse. So, anyway, this example illustrates the fact that for a non-invertible matrix this could have come out to be equal to 0, because you can check the determinant of that is equal to 0. So, here is another theorem which will not prove, namely it says that the rank is related to also determinant. You are given a n cross n matrix, right. You can form sub matrices of lower order, right. Either the determinant of the whole matrix is not equal to 0. What does it that say? Determinant not equal to 0, the matrix is invertible, rank is full, or right, determinant is 0, so matrix is not invertible. Now, look at the sub matrices of order n minus 1 cross n minus 1. There are many possibilities, right, sub matrices. If one of them has full rank n minus 1 cross, right, then the rank of the matrix will be n minus 1. So, go on looking at smaller sub matrices till you find a matrix of some order which is having rank less, which is having rank full, right, and higher order have rank not full. Understand what I am saying? See, let us, for example, let us look at a 3 by 3. What are the possibilities? So, let us 1, 2, 3, minus 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So, this is a matrix of order 3 by 3. I do not know invertible or not, let us not bother. What I want to indicate is how many sub matrices are possible. You can have a sub matrix 2 by 2, this one. You can have this 2 by 2. You can have this 2 by 2. You can have this 2 by 2, or you can have, forget about this, you have another 2 by 2. Lot of 2 by 2 sub matrices are possible. Check the determinant of each one of them. If one of them is not 0, right, that means rank should be equal to 2, because 3 by 3, if it is 0, if the original matrix has determinant 0, its rank cannot be full, but I have got a sub matrix of order 2 by 2, one of them at least, which has determinant not equal to 0, that means rank of that is equal to 2. So, rank of the full matrix will be equal to 2. So, find out, so it says look at the R, okay, look at the maximum value of R, the largest value of R, such that the matrix of that order R cross R determinant is not equal to 0, or higher R 0, but that is not 0, at least 1, then the rank is that number. That is another complicated way of finding the rank, but it is a useful theorem in proving theoretical results, right. So, this is one of the ways of relating the determinant with the rank of the matrix, right. So, I think we do not have much to say about determinants. An example is there, right. So, here for example, for this matrix, right, its determinant comes out 0, but the rank is 2, since there is a matrix 0 2 2 0. So, 0 2 and 2 0, this matrix, right, 2 by 2 has got determinant not equal to 0, determinant is minus 4. So, rank of this matrix is equal to 2, right. So, that is another way of saying the rank. I think I will not say much about this, but just recall there is something called Cramer's method of solving a system of equations. That is a very specialized method that works only when the matrix is first of all n cross n matrix, n cross n system, n equations, and A should be invertible. Then how to find that unique solution, right? Historically it was of importance and useful. So, what you can do is you can find xk by that formula. What is this ak hat? That is replace, right? You want to find the kth entry in the solution. So, in the given matrix, remove that kth column by the b, remove that kth by b. See, Ax is equal to b, you want to find a solution of that. You know already A is invertible, you want to find x, that means you want to find x1, x2, xk, right. So, what you do is find out determinant of A, which is not going to be 0, because we have assumed that, okay. Look at the matrix A, in that the kth, you are looking at the kth component of the solution, look at the kth column, replace that column by the vector b, which is on the right hand side Ax equal. So, you get another matrix, right. So, that matrix is the numerator, determinant of that, this divided by this gives you the kth entry. So, in the given matrix, if you want to find the kth component of the solution, replace the kth column by the b, find determinant, okay. So, that is the Cramer's rule. We do not normally use it for computation purposes, because it is very time consuming. You have to find determinants of all of them, and computation of determinant is a very time consuming job on a computer, because for n cross n, how many sub determinants you have to find out. For n you have to go to n minus 1, for n minus 1 you have to go to n minus 2, and so many, right. So, finding determinant by a machine is not time efficient way of doing it, but this method has used in some other places, so it is kept, okay. So, with that we finish this lecture on determinants. We want to start now something new. We will start looking at the dynamics of linear algebra. The dynamics means when things move, right. So, we will look at what is called linear transformations in linear algebra. Linear transformations are maps. It takes one vector and throws it somewhere else. So, we will do it next time, okay. So, let us stop there. Thank you.